Okay, technical math, grade 12, integration. So these two questions come from last year's June paper 2024. Before we get into the question or the questions, I think we first need to maybe just go over some of the basics. So some of the rules for integration that we deal with at grade 12 level. Okay, so there are three rules at grade 12 level that you deal with. That's not to say that there are only three, but you will be covering three. And the first one, so if I have the integral of, let's say, a x to the power of n, right, and I'm doing this dx, so I'm applying the rule on the x. Let's say I've got this integral. The rule is that I add 1 to the exponent, so the answer will be x to the power of n plus 1. I add 1 to the exponent and I divide with a new exponent, so that a is going to stay there. So I'll divide with the n plus 1. Okay, so what did we do? We added 1 to the exponent and we divided with the new exponent. Also, don't forget, when you are dealing with indefinite integrals, you will have a plus c at the end. Okay, so that's one of the rules for integration that you deal with. The second one, so if you are integrating and maybe you have a divided by x dx. All right, so what we notice in this one is that x to the power of 1 is the denominator, or we could also say, so I haven't taken the integral yet, so that symbol is still there, a x to the power of negative 1. Okay, so what I could say is in both of these, x to the power of minus 1 is in my expression, and that's how I know I'm going to use my second rule of integration. Okay, so what I am going to do when I have something like this, what I would do is that I know it's going to become ln. Okay, so the a is going to be my coefficient of ln, and then the x is going to be inside the ln. Don't forget to have your plus c. Okay, that's the second one. And then the third one looks something like this. Integral a, let's go with b to the power of let's say nx, okay, dx. So in this third one, we notice that x is now the exponent. Okay, so how do we take the integral of this? So what I like to say is everything that you have, exactly what you have, you rewrite that. So I have a b to the power of nx, and now I divide it. Okay, what am I going to divide it with? I'm going to divide it with ln, and the base over here, so my base is the b. The base is going to be inside the ln, and the coefficient of the ln is going to be the coefficient of x. Okay, so what did I just do? I wrote exactly what I had in the question, and then I divided it. Okay, I need and I divided it with ln, and then what went into the ln? The base goes in the ln, but the ln also gets a coefficient. What's the coefficient of ln? The coefficient of x. Okay, so those are the three rules. And don't forget the plus c again, right? Okay, those are the three rules. And in order to do the integration, you need to know those three rules, know when to use them, and know how to use them properly, right? So we're going to do 9.1.1. And over there, we see that there's a constant, okay? So if you see the 18, understand that there is a x here. Okay, what x is there? There is a x to the power of 0. That is there, okay? So x to the power of 0 is there. I think I mentioned this in the derivative video. So if x to the power of 0 is there, you just apply the rule on the x to the power of 0. So this is the integral of 18 x to the power of 0 dx. So what was the rule? You add 1 to the exponent and divide with a new exponent. Okay, so that's going to become 18 x to the power of 0 plus 1 is 1. Divide everything with 1. So we don't need those ones. So the answer is just 18x. And then don't forget to write your plus c. Okay, cool. Let's erase this and then we'll do the next one. So the next one, you need to first multiply out these brackets, and once the brackets are multiplied out, you'll apply the rule on each of your terms. Okay, so x times x is going to, I haven't taken the integral yet, so I still have my symbol there. X times x is going to give me x squared. X times positive 3 is going to be plus 3x. Minus 4 times x is going to be minus 4x. Minus 4 times positive 3 is minus 12. right? I still need a dx symbol over there. I'm running out of space, I'll put it there. These two middle terms are like, so I'll add them. So I still haven't integrated yet, so I still have my symbol here, integrate. X squared plus 3 minus 4 is minus x minus 12 dx. Right, so now I'm going to apply the rule. So I'm going to drop my symbol. Right, so now I'm going to have exponent. So I'm going to add 1 to my exponent. So it's going to be x to the power of 3 divided by my new exponent of 3. And then here's a 1 here. So I'm going to have minus x to the power of 2 divided by my new exponent of 2 minus, and we again have a constant, so we know x to the power of 0 is next to it, so it's going to be 12 x to the power of 1 divided by the 1, so don't need the 1, and plus c. Right. We'll cut this video here, and in the next video we'll deal with the next question, which has definite integrals.